Imagine a photo from decades ago suddenly making waves online. One that sparks debate, shock, and even anger. Sounds intense, does it not? Well, that is exactly what happened with Veronica Lake. Yes, the Hollywood star from the 1940s. But this is not about her movies or her famous peekaboo hairstyle. This is about her in a bikini and how some people reacted as if it was too much for anyone to see. Veronica Lake was one of Hollywood's biggest stars during the 1940s. She was famous for her movies with Alan Ladd, her unique hairstyle that many women tried to copy, and her charm that lit up the screen. But off-screen, she was also a person living in a time when society had very strict rules about how women should behave, dress, and be seen in public. During that time, seeing women in revealing clothing, even a simple bikini, was not common. It was not illegal, but it was shocking. The world expected modesty, especially from famous women. And this is where our story gets interesting. Years ago, some photos of Veronica Lake surfaced, showing her in a bikini while on vacation. At first, they were private snapshots, probably just personal memories. But then, they made their way online, and suddenly everyone had something to say. Some people called them beautiful and artistic. They admired her confidence and style. Others were outraged, saying it was too bold or improper even though she was an adult and fully aware of what she was doing. But here is the twist. Veronica Lake was not trying to shock anyone. She was living her life, enjoying herself, and simply wearing what many people wear at the beach. Yet, nearly 8 decades later, the photos still provoke strong reactions. Now, you might wonder, why would anyone get upset over old vacation photos? The answer is partly history and partly human nature. Back then, society had very clear ideas about what was acceptable for women. Hollywood stars were expected to be role models, perfect, glamorous, and modest. A bikini photo broke all those invisible rules. And even today, people are influenced by those old ideas. Some still feel uncomfortable when women express freedom with their own bodies. It is a mix of culture, tradition, and personal beliefs. So, while we might think it is just a swimsuit, for many, it represents something much bigger, a challenge to old expectations. When these photos appeared on the internet, the reactions were immediate. Social media exploded with comments. Some praised Veronica Lake for being bold and confident. Others criticized her, saying it was inappropriate even though she was fully grown and making her own choices. This shows that even decades later, people still argue about women showing their bodies. The same debate that started in the 1940s is happening again online. It is a conversation about freedom, respect, and personal choice. So, what can we learn from this controversy? First, history matters. Understanding the time when Veronica Lake lived helps us see why people reacted the way they did. Second, personal choice matters. Veronica Lake did not owe the world an explanation for enjoying herself. Third, online reactions show how society is still struggling with these same ideas. It is a reminder that everyone has the right to decide what makes them comfortable, confident, or happy. And sometimes history teaches us more about today than we realize. Veronica Lake's bikini photos are more than just images. They are symbols. They represent a woman living her life on her own terms, challenging rules she did not even write. They show how far society has come and how far it still needs to go when it comes to judging women for simply being themselves. Every generation faces its own version of controversy. And sometimes looking back helps us see what was unfair, unnecessary, or just plain outdated. In the end, Veronica Lake's photos remind us of a simple truth. People will always have opinions. Some will praise, some will criticize, and some will simply ignore it. But what really matters is choice, confidence, and understanding the context. So, when you see something shocking or controversial, take a moment to ask, why are people reacting this way? Is it the person, the choice, or the old rules still influencing us today? Veronica Lake's story gives us a peek into that question, and yes, her peekaboo hair is still unforgettable. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about Veronica Lake and her unforgettable photos, do not forget to stay curious, question the old rules, and celebrate confidence no matter what era it is from.